Meet a tree lover whose deep childhood connection with Mother Earth has taken this mother of four on a mission to not only pay for and plant 2,500 Sequoia seedlings and 600 other varieties of more common BC trees since 2019. Susan Bibbings from Vancouver, BC is the founder of sequoiasolution.org. She believes that planting a tree is equally as healing to humans as healing our relationship with Mother Earth, and is just as important as the carbon sequestration that trees offer. Welcome, Susan, and thank you for your incredible enthusiasm in planting needed trees. I understand you are a self-taught tree researcher who looks at tree planting with a 100-year plan, and that's why you chose to plant mostly sequoia trees. Can you tell us how and where and why you do this?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Sequoia Solution is an initiative that I've started with a group of other local people, which is really an initiative centered around healing, not only healing our planet Earth, but also healing the human beings in the process with something that is such a simple act, the act of planting a baby tree. That's something so simple even a child can do. Watching our climate crisis unfold, I really wanted to try and find a way to empower not only myself, but other people in what seems to be such a large, overwhelming problem. And what is something that one person can do to affect some change? And that really brought me to tree planting.
So Susan, I've heard you say if you love something, you can't harm it. And loving trees goes way back to our Indigenous elders, the wisdom, the teaching, and they, it's been said, first plant a tree, then a garden. So a lot of people think sequoias are so big and scary, but can you talk to that? Like, why did you choose sequoias?
As Canada is heating at twice the global average and our precipitation is way down here, we are unfortunately suffering a mass die-out of our iconic western red cedar trees here. So it just occurred to me that it only makes sense to be planting trees that are going to be better suited to survive in a hotter climate. And so the sequoias really are a fantastic choice for that reason. Not only are they drought resistant and wildfire resistant, but they thrive in the slightly warmer climate. They're just really incredible. They can survive up to 3,000 years, and they're also some of the very tallest trees in the world.
And because they're a bigger tree, do they sequester more carbon?
They do. They really are the rock stars of carbon sequestration. They can sequester up to 3.5 metric tons, and that's every single year, and lock it down.
But if someone doesn't have a very big space to plant these, what do you suggest?
Well, I'm really not finding any shortage of places to plant these trees, because in existing forests, with our cedars dying out, it makes an excellent tree to replace the ones that we're losing. And also just a simple walk through the woods, and you'll notice there's so many opportunities and so many little pockets in an existing forest that can easily accommodate a sequoia here and there.
And do you have any pushback from like municipal councils or communities? Like how do you go about this? Do you have to do it under the cover of darkness?
It is a guerrilla gardening activity, but I work with the blessing of the First Nations, whose unceded territory I'm blessed enough to live on. So it's under their authority that I do the planting.
And are you tracking these trees in any way?
Yeah, so this is kind of an interesting aspect to it. We photograph every single tree that we plant, and in doing so, we're able to extract the GPS coordinates of the exact location where we have planted the sequoia, and that way we can follow them, water them, and also provide an opportunity for people who are unable to plant, maybe from different parts of the world, can adopt one of our trees. And then we send them a beautiful postcard where we write the GPS coordinates of each individual tree. So a person is able to adopt a specific tree on the planet. And people just love that concept.
And then I gather that like you walk around potentially with seedlings everywhere you go? Is this how it works? And you pop these into pockets of pre-existing forests, or you use stumps? Is that right, as a nurse tree?
It has become a little bit of an obsession. I'm not going to lie. Often you'll find my children rolling their eyes as I say, oh, there's a good spot for one. Oh, I could probably fit two in there.
And is that information on your website so that other people who are interested in planting trees can find out more?
Absolutely. We have a website, and we're also on Instagram and Facebook. And people can also fill out our volunteer planting form if they would like to be involved in that capacity. People can adopt a tree and really give a very meaningful gift to someone, knowing that they've helped to plant another sequoia. This is, of course, particularly relevant with our wildfires in California, which tragically have burned many, many acres of trees and sequoias. So it's even more timely now to be helping to plant and start life going on some new sequoias.
Good for you, because I would think that those other sequoias, even if they survive, they're severely compromised. So good on you for planting new sequoias. And one last piece of advice for anyone wanting to do this, what do you say?
Well, I think they say the very best time to plant a tree is 30 years ago, and the second best time to plant is today. So get out there and do it. It's a really simple thing that anyone can do, and it will guarantee you put a smile on your face, because it just really ups your mental wellness, and everyone just reports that they just feel so incredibly happy after being involved in helping to start that new life.
Good for you. Thank you so much, Susan.